Hello, my soul friends, and welcome to your February 2024 tarot reading. My name is Emery, and we're going to figure out what is coming your way over the next month. All you have to do to hear this message from the universe is pick one of these four piles. There is pile 1, which is a bookend. There's pile 2, which is a letter. There's pile 3, which is a butterfly, and pile 4, which is a cottage. If you need to, you can pause the video and look at each of those images individually and meditate on them. Otherwise, once you know what your pile is, what resonates with you, you can go into the description or comments of this video and click the link to your pile, or if it's easier, you can use the scroll bar to go directly to your reading. So let's go ahead and get started. Hello, pile 1, my bookend pile, and welcome to your February 2024 tarot reading. We are going to go ahead and get started by pulling 5 cards from the Mystical Manga Tarot deck to get some general themes about what's going on this month so we know what's coming your way. Universe, what is coming in February 2024 for pile 1? What is coming their way? What do they need to know, and what would be helpful for them to know? All right, your first card today is the Four of Wands reversed. This is an indication that a celebration may be canceled, or a party may be canceled, something like that. It could be something simple like that. Maybe it gets rescheduled. This could also be a sign that something you were hoping for, something you were longing for, isn't going to happen this month, or there's going to be something a little bit depressing. The good news is that this Four of Wands is a minor arcana, so whatever this disappointment is, it's not going to last. It's not that powerful. It's probably just going to be a bad day, but obviously it is going to be unpleasant for you. Let's get the next card. Your next card is the Three of Swords. This is a card of heartbreak. This is a card of clarity. This, combined with the last card, could be meaning for some of you that you're actually going to have a breakup. It could be with a romantic partner, but it could also be with anyone you care about, like a friend or a family member. If you don't suspect this is going to happen, because some of you may already have pretty established connections, so it would seem unlikely that these minor arcana cards would represent some sort of big life-altering breakup. What this could indicate is just some disappointment in someone in your life, someone who has let you down and you're really depressed about it. But know that this Three of Swords card does indicate an understanding as well. So with this temporary heartbreak, you are going to learn more about yourself, learn more about this other person, and also know more about what you should do in the future. So even though this is disappointing, and I'm sure you're not happy to hear it, know that you are going to be able to walk away from this situation and make important changes in your life. The third card is the Ace of Coins. This is a wonderful card. This is probably you moving on with your life, starting something new, making a material change. This Ace of Coins could be an indication that you start a new project, a new job. It's not likely dealing directly with relationships. Perhaps some of the heartbreak that you experience is going to cause you to look to take your mind off of relationships and emotions for a while with a project that you can succeed at. And that's not a bad thing. If you have a hobby or an interest that you would really like to pursue, or if you would really like to put more time in your career after this disappointing event takes place, it would be really good for you. It would be really helpful. And I definitely recommend it because there is a very strong sign here that you are either going to start something that's going to manifest into something later on, or you're going to have a nice little manifestation this month. Perhaps you're going to earn a little bit of money, or you're going to have a small achievement, and that's going to be really, really encouraging for you. The fourth card is the Ace of Swords. Starting something new again, but having a new way of thinking, making a new decision. So this is you taking back your power in your relationship. You are going to be more commanding, more authoritative, and it is going to be something that you're not as familiar with, you're not as comfortable with, but it is the story of you learning to advocate for yourself, learning to stand up for yourself. And again, whatever this disappointment is, it is minor. It's probably not going to be life altering, but the way that you respond to it is going to have positive ramifications going forward, because you are going to look at that disappointing event and be like, I don't want this to become a pattern, and you're going to work to change that. Your fifth tarot card is the Moon. This is your first major arcana card of the spread today, and this is about secrets. This is about what's hidden. This is also about intuition. Now, the Moon could indicate that there is a threat on the horizon, or that there is something that you're not seeing. But one thing we know from the rest of your spread is that there is some clarity. So there are two distinct possibilities that I am reading from this card. The first is that whatever the secret is, you are going to uncover it this month. So even if the disappointment itself is small, it may end up revealing something really big to you. And that is going to be what causes you to really start advocating for yourself and acting in ways that improve your life. But a second meaning, a second possible meaning with this Moon card is that you are going to be better with your intuition. You're going to be able to better perceive the world around you, and you are going to be able to protect yourself using that intuition. But just know that even though there is a little bit of struggle this month, I am mostly seeing that this is a month of positivity for you, a month of empowerment, and I really like seeing that. So what I want to do now is pull 3 cards from the Oracle of the Fairies to get some insight from the fairies and earth spirits of this world about what is coming your way this month. Is there anything they would like to let you know? And what would be helpful for you to know? So, fairies, what would you like pile 1 to know about this month? What would you like pile 1 to know? Okay, let's pull the cards. The first card is music, and it has the wisdom message of listen carefully, for there may be a message in the music you hear. Music can lift your soul, rekindle memories, and charm fairies to your door. So music has a very important psychological effect on our well-being. If you listen to really depressing music, sometimes that can make you depressed. And if you listen to really happy music, that can pump you up. That is one of the reasons why when people exercise, they tend to pick music with a high tempo or a high beat, a fast beat. So what I want you to do this month, even if it's something you don't normally do, is to really pay attention to any music that stands out to you and create a playlist. Most music programs, they have this feature already, but if you can't make a playlist or you don't feel like making a specific playlist, just write down a list of all the songs that really stick out to you. And then once you have that playlist in mind, make sure that you're listening to it a lot, but also really study the lyrics if there are lyrics. And if there aren't any lyrics, maybe it's instrumental music, you could look up the song's meaning or investigate the composer to see if there's any deeper meaning that is implied by the song, but that you may not be picking up on, because your subconscious is picking up on it and it has a message for you. So definitely pay attention to whatever messages music is sending to you this month. It may help you out with this situation in general, but I really get the sense with the fairies cards that at least some of these messages are about your general life. So this music is probably just going to be generally helpful for you. So your next card is Manifestation, and it has the wisdom message of be very honest and clear about what you wish to manifest in your life. Now write it down on paper. Manifestation step 1. So definitely identify something this month that you want to manifest. It can be something big or it could be something small that could conceivably be manifested within this month, but you really want to write it down because you want to make sure that you are empowered with intentions. And one thing about starting new projects, this Ace of Coins, is that it can be really helpful to make it clear about what you're pursuing. So with this Ace of Coins card, with this starting a new project card, even if you are someone who likes to do things loosey-goosey, you don't like to make a super detailed plan, that's fine, but you're going to want to write down what it is you're trying to manifest, even if it's in a general way, even if you don't know exactly what it is you want to manifest, because you're going to make that more concrete by writing it down. You're going to make it more real, and that's going to help to attract that manifestation into your life. So the next card is Friendship. This has the wisdom message of fairies and humans alike need friends. Now is the time to seek out those who will support you and encourage you on your journey to fulfill your dreams. So I can tell from the rest of your spread that there's not necessarily any big life purpose energy, any big dream energy, but I do see indications in your spread that you are going to be working on habits and actions that are going to improve your life in general. And because of that, you are going to be really skilled at manifesting in the future, and you're going to start seeing evidence of that this month. But the fairies are indicating that you don't have to do it alone. You can seek the support of other people. Now, for some of you, you may be having a little bit of a bad month with your relationships. You may be feeling as if you're alone. But even though that may be true, I want you to realize that you have friends out there, even if you haven't met them yet, and they will support you. You can have friendships with people that want the best for you. And your fairies are saying if those people already exist in your life, it is okay to lean on them. And if they don't exist yet, perhaps one of the things you can work on manifesting is friendship. You can work on making that your project this month. So now what we are going to do is get some affirmations from the universe, some encouraging messages the universe wants you to have for this February 2024. So universe, what is it you want Pile 1 to know about this month? What encouraging messages do you have? What encouraging messages do you have? What would you like them to know? All right, your first of 3 cards here is when I'm in alignment with love of the universe, peace cannot be disrupted. So the universe has this wonderful, pleasant energy, and you can really tap into that. It is like this beautiful song that is louder than anything else. So if you find a way to tap into that music, if you find a way to tap into that resonance, you are going to be in a flow state. You are going to be in a manifestation state. And I really think, because I'm heavily thinking of music here, that music not only is going to have a message for you this month, it's going to be the way that you can get closer to the universe. It's going to be the way that you can be more productive, and it's going to help you feel more like yourself. So definitely listen to more music and use that music to help you feel the love of the universe. And remember that the universe does not hate. It is very productive. It is very empathetic. So while you may like some really aggressive music sometimes, the music it's definitely calling you to listen to is perhaps focus music, like pleasant piano focus music, something like that, maybe lo-fi, or positive, uplifting music. So definitely look into that. You don't have to listen to it for 12 hours a day, but even just 5 minutes of this pleasant, uplifting music is probably going to change your life because it's going to raise your vibration and help you feel more aligned with the universe's love. So let's get your second card here. We have the wisdom message of my happiness is a direct reflection of my faith, my level of faith in the universe. Now, obviously, we all have our own tragic and bad events, and that's definitely going to happen to you this month, although it's probably going to be a small thing. And when these unfortunate things occur, we feel as if happiness is impossible. We feel as if the universe is against us, but I want you to focus on the times that you are happy. I want you to focus on the ways that you are able to step into happiness. For example, someone who is depressed may feel like they are depressed all the time, but that's not true. They are going to have these moments of happiness in their day if they seek it out. It might be on something they're working on that they care about. It might be when they are talking with someone they care about. It may be some funny jokes that they're looking up. Anything that brings them happiness is going to create optimism in their soul. It's going to help align them with the universe, and it is going to help them be opened up to the universe's divine plan. So whether you are already super, super happy or you are feeling a bit down, know that if you seek out happy things that make you happy, even in the moment, you are going to be closer to that divine energy, and I want you to do that. And again, this is one of the powers of the music for this month, is that it can help you step into that. So make sure that you are finding things that make you happy. The third card is joy is the ultimate creator. So when you are happy, when you are filled with joy, you are going to be in a flow state. You are going to be very creative, and you are going to basically be the image of the universe in one person. So you may be able to use perhaps music or anything that makes you happy before you plan to do work, before you plan to do something creative. And that is because it will really raise your vibrations. It's going to get you in a happy state where you are going to be able to latch onto motivation. And when you have that, you are just going to be more creative. And when somebody creates something, when they manifest something, even if it's something as simple as a quick drawing, or like a little tiny craft, or even, I don't know, cleaning the room or something, when they manifest that change in the universe, they are creating something. They are organizing the supplies, the ingredients of the universe into something new that didn't exist before, or was temporarily disorganized. So when you create, you are usually creating from a position of joy. You are creating from a position of motivation, and motivation and joy are very, very connected. So what I want to do now is look at the different areas of your life: spirituality, relationships, career, and just anything else the universe has to say, to see what things haven't been covered by this general message. And to do that, we are going to pull 3 cards for each topic from the Mystical Manga deck. So for spirituality, the first card is the Death card. So the Death card is an amazing card for spirituality. It is about dying to yourself so you can be reborn. And I really think there's going to be a shift in perception this month for you. It's going to be a very important shift, and it's really going to change how you approach the world going forward. It's probably, because of the moon card here earlier, is going to indicate either you awakening spiritual powers or being more comfortable with your existing spiritual powers or your spiritual life. So the second card for spirituality this month is the Chariot reversed. This is about returning to something. So I think you're going to feel like you're regressing at first. Perhaps that's the reason why you need to kind of die to yourself and be reborn, is that you need to really wrestle with the negative things in your life, perhaps the things that are causing this small misfortune. And you're going to be able to use that as a lesson for how you need to step away from those harmful things in order to be reborn as a new person. So even though there is this spiritual world, our actual world, our day-to-day lives, is a reflection of the spiritual world. They really connect with each other, they interact with each other. So how you're feeling in your daily life is going to affect your spiritual growth. So if you work on this misfortune, if you work on growing from it, you are also going to have spiritual growth too. The third spirituality card is the Six of Wands, which is a card of glory, a card of recognition. And because this is a Wands card, this is a card of passion, of energy, this can be a sign that cosmic energies, your spirit guides, somebody is going to notice you. Someone perhaps who didn't notice you before, or they're going to uplift you. But overall, this energy is very celebratory. So even though you may feel that there isn't as much to celebrate in your normal life, there is going to be a lot to celebrate in your spiritual life. And from that celebration, you are going to recognize the ability to change holistically and to really improve your life. So your soul is going to be healed, and you are going to use that healing to improve your life at large. Now let's look at your relationship cards. The first relationship card is the Lovers. So that's pretty amazing. The Lovers card is a card of commitment. It can be a card of temptation or being so overheated with love, but the indication here is that love or romance or being committed to another person is going to be very, very important this month. It could be a sign if you are single that you meet someone new, or that you suddenly become very interested in romance. If you are in a relationship, it can be a sign that things are going to get very passionate, things are going to get very interesting, and that'll be very fun for you. The second relationship card is the High Priestess. This is about an inner knowing. It pairs pretty well with the Moon card when it's a positive reflection of the Moon card. And this is about really doing things your way, which we know is very important this month because you need to advocate for yourself in order to heal from this misfortune. But specifically in relationships, this is about you really taking charge in your relationships. This is about you in seeking in your relationships the best thing for you and perhaps for other people, and that is going to be very positive. But also notice numerology. The numerology of this card is 2, which is a card of pairing, a card of couples, and that works really, really well with the Lovers card. So let's get your third relationship card here. We have the Queen of Wands reversed. So this could represent you. For me, often Queen cards in pick a card readings do represent the person the pick a card is about. It could also represent someone in your life, and in this case I really think that is probably the case. There is going to be perhaps a woman in your life or somebody with a very fiery temperament who's a bit witchy, who really fails you, and because of that you are going to feel as if you are a victim. So with this Queen of Wands card and this High Priestess card, I am seeing this as you trumping her. This is you overpowering her, and this is you making your life right. And this Queen of Wands person, she may not be like a truly evil person. She may be just someone you're having a temporary conflict with, but know that even if this conflict is big, relatively speaking, or she's someone that you don't want to continue being in a relationship with, you are going to be in a better place by the end of the month. You aren't going to feel weakened by her. You are going to feel that things are very good. So let's look at your career. Your career card is the Ten of Swords reversed. This is about overcoming ruin. This is about recovering from somebody stabbing you in the back. Basically, negative things that have been working, that have been at work with your career or your money situation, that is going to fall away. You are going to start recovering, and you should, even if you're not going to have like a major surge of like income or like suddenly everything is perfect, you are going to start feeling that when it comes to money in your career, things are getting better, you're being in more control, and things are just generally more positive, and you're going to see the optimism of growth. You're going to see a future for yourself when it comes to your career or your money. The next card is the Seven of Pentacles reversed. This is about a bad investment. So perhaps the reason why you previously struggled with your career or money is that you put effort into the wrong thing and it didn't work out for you. So take this as an important lesson that sometimes when you invest in something, either your time, energy, or money, it can result in you not getting a return. Now, this can obviously be with stocks, but sometimes it can be with a job or a project, and it becomes very disappointing for you to see it fail. But the good news is that both of these cards are minor arcana, so that means that this isn't a major life failure. This is a very minor thing, and you are going to be able to overcome it. It's not going to be as big as you think it is, even if it feels really big right now. The third career card is the Two of Cups reversed. This is about a failed commitment, especially in business with a partnership or a coworker, or something that you decided to do that you realize doesn't work with you. So I am definitely seeing when it comes to your career that you need to make some important changes, but the good news is that those changes you make, even if they seem minor at the time, are going to be better for you in the future, because there are definitely some bad habits or bad situations that are hurting you right now that you're going to be able to step away from. So things are going to get a lot better in your career and money going forward. You're going to see hints of that in February, but it's probably going to manifest more later this year. Now, any other messages that the universe has, we are going to look into. And the first card here is the Magician, which is a card of manifestation. It is a card of having the things you need to manifest. It is also a card of magic. And I definitely see in your spread in general an indication, a foundation for magical energy, for spiritual power. And I think you are probably going to have the most success by looking at your spiritual life and either doing straight up magic or doing something like law of attraction or anything that you feel spiritually resonates with manifestation, because I think if you look there first for manifestation, it's going to start a positive cycle for you going forward. The next card is the Nine of Wands reversed. This is an indication that there is perhaps someone in your life, someone who is siding with the Queen of Wands, or someone related to the Queen of Wands, perhaps this even is the Queen of Wands, who had a very negative message for you. For some of you, perhaps this is the person you broke up with. This is perhaps someone delivering the news, or just something disappointing, some sort of disappointing news or person who is really making you feel quite bad just in general. and you're really disappointed. But since this card is next to the Magician, which is a major arcana card, and this is a minor arcana card, this is an indication that even though you are feeling down, you are very disappointed in this misfortune that's going to happen to you this month, I am sensing that you are just really powerful, that you are able to overpower this misfortune. That's just something I really want you to hold on to. You are very competent. You are very much able to create a life that you want to live. Even if there are occasional misfortunes, they can't actually take away your life. They can't take away your dreams, and you can get what you want. Perhaps this misfortune, this whatever this is, you can't redo it. Some of you will be able to redo it if it's just like a party that's canceled. But even if you can't rekindle a specific relationship, you can always find new relationships because you are such a wonderful person. And if people were just able to see that, if you were able to find the right people, you will feel as if you're part of the right tribe, as if you were loved, truly loved, and you were able to give love freely. The next card is the Six of Swords, which is a card of transition. It is a card of movement. It's a card of moving on. And I think this is a sign that this month is going to be you reflecting on your life, on your current relationships, on your current habits, routines, your current lifestyle, and making an important decision to let the harmful things go so you can journey into a beautiful new future. So that's a very positive thing, and I really like seeing it. I see just so much possibility. Even though it can be scary to start over, you need to realize that the greatest resource you have in your life is you. You are very powerful, especially at a soul level. And because of that, you can take your powers into any new situation and make something of it. So if there is ever something in your life that doesn't seem to be working out, you can change your environment or push whatever that is out and really improve your circumstances. You are the most powerful person in your life. You are the main character, and I really want you to start embracing that today, but especially in February 2024. Anyway, pile one, you have an exciting spread. I do see that small misfortune, but just so much power, so much magic, and so much owning your own life. And I really look forward to that for you. If you resonated with this reading, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more. You can also look in the description of this video for links to my socials, like my blog, or a link to my Ko-Fi to tip if you really appreciated this reading. Otherwise, be sure to let me know in the comments if this reading resonated with you, what you're looking forward to this month, and or maybe what is your favorite song. That probably says a lot about you. Anyway, pile one, I can't wait to see you again, and I hope you have a wonderful February. Hello, pile two, my letter pile, and welcome to your February 2024 tarot reading. We are going to go ahead and get started by asking the universe with 5 cards from the Mystical Manga Tarot deck what's coming your way this month so you can get prepared. So, universe, what is coming in February 2024 for pile 2? What is coming their way? What do they need to know and would be helpful to know? So your first card is the 5 of Coins reversed. This is a sign that you are going to be more materially comfortable. You are coming out of a bad financial, material, or health situation. And because of that, you were either you were either helped by the spiritual world, or you are going to feel comfortable enough to pursue it again. You may have had feelings of doubt when it comes to spirituality, but because your life is going to feel more abundant this month, you are going to have more trust in the universe. And because of that, you will also have higher vibrations, and it's probably going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy where you're going to feel more positive, so you're going to attract more positive things to you. So this good luck is going to start building on itself. The next card is the Justice reverse. Now, since you are coming into a better situation, this card could reference a sign that either something unfortunate happens at the beginning of the month, or you are coming out of a bad situation and you were either treated unfairly or you did something bad and karma punished you. But overall, I sense this month is that you are going to be on the right side of justice again. You are either going to be seen by the universe and paid back for your struggles, or you will have fulfilled your karmic obligations and you're going to be in a better situation. But this Justice Reverse card, if you haven't gone through it yet, if it's going to be at the beginning of the month, it's going to be very, very frustrating. But know that it's not going to last. You are going to be in a better situation by the end of the month. The next card is the Queen of Swords reversed. So this could be a sign, especially because it works so well with the Justice card, is that there is someone in your life who is going to try to hurt you, try to punish you. It is probably going to be a woman, or it could be someone who is introverted, someone who has like really feminine energy, but whoever this person is, they are going to rule against you, and you're going to hurt because of that. But remember, even though that happens, you are going to come out on the other side. You are going to proceed from that misfortune and be okay. But one thing I do notice is that the Justice card is often associated with swords, and then we have the swords here. But this card is about spirituality. It's less about rationality, more about spirituality and the material world compared to rationality and air, things that don't have form but aren't compassionate. So you are definitely going to move away from something that's harsh into something that is much better, something that is more kind. The next card is the Star, which is a card of optimism, of hope, of positive fate. So I am seeing in your spread this month a turning of the tables, right? Things are going to be initially bad, or you're going to come out of a bad situation and you're going to feel as if nothing can get better. That's probably going to be why you felt a doubt in your spirituality, but you are going to get a sign from the universe that things are going to get better. And this is the Star card. This is a very powerful card. This is a very cosmic card. It's going to have a big influence on your life. So Justice is a strong card, and the Queen of Swords is also strong too, but they can't trump the Star card, this optimistic and hopeful energy. You are going to be back on to your destiny, and it's going to be a very positive one for you. But this card, you are going to feel as if you're bare to the world, as if you're bare to the universe, as if you aren't protected. But even though you're going to feel that, even though you're going to feel as if you're coming out of a bad situation, you are going to be clothed in the light of the stars. You are going to feel the energy of intuition beneath you, something flowing, something beautiful. And that's going to really help you feel as even though you're starting from a weird and difficult position, that you are going towards something that is just so beautiful. So the fifth card here, ooh, this is my favorite card in the deck, and I've made an agreement with all of my tarot decks that the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Coins is the most positive card I can ever pull in a deck. It means that much to me, and it is a card of legacy. It is a card of material fulfillment. Yes, I'm a Virgo, and an earth sign, but this card also represents family. It represents completion. It represents a lot of good things, but in particular, it also represents legacy. It represents continuation. And so even though you're coming out of this bad situation and it feels like you don't have much, by the end of the month, you are going to have a lot. And what you have is going to really just become exponentially greater. It's going to feel like generational wealth, even if you don't have kids, but it's going to be very positive for you. It's going to be very lasting. And you're going to feel as if whatever misfortune you're facing this month or in the previous months, it's going to have less power over you, and you are going to be stronger just in every foreseeable way, but especially in the physical world. You're going to have tangible proof of your ability to withstand life and bad fortune in the future. So what I want to do now is pull 3 cards from the Oracle of the Fairies to see what the earth spirits have to say, what the fairies have to say. And because earth energy is so important here, you are the point where the earth and the stars meet this month. I imagine the fairies have quite a bit of influence this month on you. So let's see what kind of influence they have. Fairies, what do you want pile 2 to know about this month? What do you want them to know? This card popped out. Let's get the other 2. What do you want pile 2 to know? All right, your first card, which is the one that popped out, is Lost and Found, and it has the wisdom message of what was once lost is about to be found thanks to the Lost and Found fairy. Sometimes she can help us find things we never even realized were lost. So we know from your first tarot card that you are going to feel, or you were in a position of poverty or feeling like you're lacking something, and maybe even having a lower belief in your spirituality, and you're going to feel as if you lost a lot of things, but those things are going to be found. And this is further confirmed by this Lost and Found card. And specifically, there is actually a fairy at work in your life, some sort of mischievous little figure who is perhaps contending with this Queen of Swords person, this person who is working against you. And this fairy is working to bring luck back into your life, even the things that you lost but didn't realize you lost. And this fairy is making your life better, increasing your hope for the future, and she's really looking out for you. She really wants you to recognize that the world can be good. So I notice a similarity between this card and this card. There is this cup pouring out, this intuition pouring out onto the earth, and here we have this intuition, this wonderful energy pouring out on the earth too. So even though this fairy is an earth spirit, even though she is very earthbound, I think she is working with the universe, perhaps with angels, perhaps with some godly force, but she is working with a higher plan. She isn't just doing this arbitrarily. She has chosen you for a specific reason, and she knows that helping you is part of the universe's divine plan in some way. So whatever this unfair justice was, it's not going to hurt you anymore. Perhaps you didn't deserve it, but if you did, and that's unlikely, but even if you did, you need to know that you are kind of chosen by the universe to do something, and the universe is going to make sure that you are going to be able to manifest that this month, or manifest some element of that this month. And part of that is going to require you feeling comfortable, requiring you to really feel as if you don't have a scarcity mindset, as if you were scared you aren't going to be able to pay your bills or you are going to be really, really sick, something like that. You are going to have more faith in the universe. And to show the universe's trust in you, to trust in you and the divine plan, the universe and this fairy is going to give you material support. So the next fairy card is fairy spotting with the wisdom message of it's time to go fairy spotting. It's said that seeing is believing, but in fact the opposite is true. Believing is seeing. So sometimes there are coincidences or signs in our life and we just assume it is a coincidence. And sometimes it is, but the fairy is at work in your life and you're going to be able to see her in some way if you make it a point to actually look. And the way that you're going to be able to see her is probably in the actions she takes. You're probably not going to see like a little sprite like flying in the sky. I mean, maybe one of you is, but in general, you are definitely going to see this fairy in the world and you're going to see what she's doing for you. You just have to be open to those signs and letting yourself perceive them as her at work. It's not just a coincidence, it's happening because the fairy is doing it. Now, the third card here is tree wisdom with the wisdom message of the tree dryad will help you navigate through your current situation. Her flute can reveal insights and answers through the sounds it makes. So I think this fairy is probably a tree dryad. It just seems like every card is related to each other directly. So there is probably a tree around you, either in your backyard, if you have a backyard, in your neighborhood, or a nearby park that is very, very connected to you, that really wants to see you succeed. And I think if you were to visit that tree, you would feel the presence of the fairy in her natural habitat. So if you can, try to make a journey to that tree. Be one with that tree, sit with that tree and feel her energy. Perhaps say thank you because she really wants to work through you. And if you like flute music, definitely pay attention to that. If you hear whistles this month, that's probably her working somewhere around you. So just be aware of that in general. So now I want to pull 3 cards from the Universe Has Your Back affirmation deck to get any encouraging messages the universe has for you this month, anything you need to embody in order to increase your success. So, universe, what do you want pile 2 to know? What do you want pile 2 to know? What do you want pile 2 to know? All right, your first card here is true healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. So it's really important to have high vibrations and positive feelings, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't process your emotions, even your negative emotions. And again, you are either coming out of a difficult situation or you're going to have one at the beginning of the month. And if you try to pretend that it isn't there, if these triggers don't exist, and if you're not allowed to feel these feelings, you're not going to be able to emotionally process the events. So I want you to feel all your feelings, even your negative feelings. Maybe you can listen to some sad music that will help you really have a catharsis, really process those emotions and don't bottle them up. Really release that energy in your feelings, let them go. Because if you do process these feelings, it's going to be easier for you to transition into happier feelings later on, especially when good things start happening to you. So let yourself feel those feelings. You are allowed to feel sad. You're allowed to be angry, frustrated, all of those things. Some of you may find it helpful to journal, but you can feel your feelings. It is okay to feel a little bit negative this month. The next card is My faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. So this is a sign that whatever this negative experience is going to be, you are going to be able to grow from it. You are going to be able to turn it into something. One thing I often tell people is that the universe isn't trying to ruin your life. Yes, there's karma, but the universe has positive goals for every person. However, every person also has free will, and creatures have free will. So this means that people break the plan of the universe every day. Sometimes they do it for good reasons because they have really good ideas, but other times they hurt people. And because of that, the universe usually takes the results of those negative free will events to help you grow from them. So the universe probably didn't put you into this bad situation. It was almost certainly that Queen of Swords person, but the universe is going to use this as a lesson to help you be a better person than you were before that event. So even though it's frustrating, you are experiencing this trauma, or you experienced it in the recent past, you are going to be able to learn something from it. You are going to be able to move on and not forget what happened, but not make it the main chapter of your story, the main plot. It's going to be something you grow from instead of something you feel trapped by. The next card is the attack. Pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. So I think that you are going to be witnessing a lot of pain this month, not just pain that you experience, but pain in the world. And I think one thing the universe is going to use with this misfortune, and perhaps anything else you witness, is for you to recognize the ways in which the universe has been broken by free will. That way, you know how you can not only heal yourself, but heal the world when you create new things, when you pursue your life purpose, when you do something positive with your life. You are going to be addressing the negativity in the world. You are going to be healing the negativity in the world. So part of the reason why you need to process your negative feelings instead of simply forgetting them is because you are going to be able to use your empathy later on. You are going to be able to call upon this bad memory, and you're going to be able to use that as a tool to help heal others in whatever way you end up living your life. So this part of your legacy is everything that you have experienced is going to make you who you are in the future. And this month is really about learning that lesson in some form. That way you can carry it forward. So what we're going to do now is pull 3 cards for 4 topics of this month, 4 things that we didn't cover in this spread in general: spirituality, anything else with spirituality, relationships, career, and any other messages the universe has for you. That way we can get a really broad reading about this month. So, universe, what is happening in pile 2's spirituality this month? The first card is the 4 of Cups reversed. So you were previously offered something and you refused it, but now you are going to accept this spiritual gift, this spiritual lesson, this spiritual power, this spirituality specifically, because some part of you rejected it in the past, and you're going to use that. You are going to be able to partake in the universe's divine plan again. The next card is the Page of Wands. This could be a sign that there is someone in your life that you are mentoring, or someone who needs your help. It could be someone who inspires you, but this could also be a sign that you are stepping into your spirituality. You are starting a new phase of your spiritual growth. And either way, just know that whether you are living your own spiritual self or you are helping someone else out spiritually, perhaps adopting a new spirit guide, perhaps that fairy isn't just going to be temporarily working with you, she's going to become one of your spirit guides for long term. You are definitely going to have a new spiritual experience. And then I'm really thinking right now of the spirit here and the tree here. I think if you go to that tree nymph's tree, um, you're going to feel something that you didn't feel before. You're going to feel an offer. You're probably going to have some sort of intuitive download. So definitely try to visit that tree if you can. The third tarot card here for your spirituality is the Page of Coins. This could be a sign that there's someone in your life who isn't manifesting something for you, or you're struggling to manifest, but there is this sense that although you are going to have a lot of things manifest in your life, that's really not something that's directed by you. It's directed by someone else, and there's like a war between the Queen of Swords and this fairy. And so there's going to be a lot of spiritual warfare in your life. And while you are going to have more control in the future, you're definitely going to feel as if there are energies working around you that you don't have direct influence over. So definitely trust the tree nymph who is working for you, and understand that this Queen of Swords, whatever she is doing, she isn't going to win in the end. There's definitely a battle not only in the physical world for you, but in the spiritual realm as well. So let's pull some cards for your relationships this month. The first card is the Five of Cups, which is about accepting what you previously rejected and learning to really cope with that. So you are going to really go through a very emotional experience. You aren't going to be as fixated on what you lost, and you are really going to be accepting your new journey. But this is going to be a very tense period because there is this sense this month that you don't have as much power. Yes, things are happening to you and for your good, but you're not going to feel as powerful. So you're really going to have to focus on emotionally processing things. That is what you have the most control over this month, is your spiritual growth. So really focus on that. And it's going to help with your relationships. You are going to change at a spiritual level. There's probably going to be people in your life that are leaving and people that you are accepting into your life. But overall, you are going to be in a better emotional situation by the end of the month. But there's probably going to be some topsy-turvy energy in your relationship. So just be prepared for that. The next relationship card is the Two of Pentacles. You are definitely going to be juggling a lot. I think you're going to do it successfully. Some of you are going to meet new people. You're going to try to see if you can form new friendships. You're going to really juggle a lot, and it's going to be a little bit overwhelming, and maybe you're not going to make somebody your best friend forever, but I am definitely sensing that you are going to have some progress in your relationships by the end of the month. Not big progress, but you're definitely going to figure out how you can really make relationships a priority in your life, perhaps in a way you couldn't before. The third relationship card is the Seven of Swords reversed, which I think calls back to the Queen of Swords. This card right here is a card of theft. It is a card of someone taking advantage of you. So this could be a sign that the Queen of Swords is not a stranger. It is someone that you have dealt with before. It could be a friend. It could be a family member. It could be a significant other. If it's a stranger, it's someone you've dealt with before, like a loan officer, someone you've met with and who is tied to your life in some way. But whoever this person is, it's going to be a very negative relationship with them. And you need to be prepared for that. You need to understand that you're going to need to, yes, juggle your positive relationships, but you're going to need to figure out a way to push her out of your life, because this person is way more negative than normal. This person is really antagonistic. This isn't just somebody who is a little bit selfish, like a family member who's a little bit conceited, but they generally mean well. This would be someone who seems to be out to get you, and you need to disconnect from them in some way. So let's look into your career. And we have the Knight of Cups. Wow, there are quite a lot of court cards coming into your spread this month. So no wonder why the Two of Pentacles showed up. You are juggling a lot of personalities and a lot of people. It's going to be a little bit overwhelming for you, but I think you can handle it because the cards say you can handle it. But anyway, when it comes to your career, we have a Knight of Cups card. And this indicates that there is someone in your work or money life who is going to make you upset emotionally on an emotional level. It's not just they do something bad, they're going to emotionally hit you. This is going to be someone who may even be a little bit lazy, and that's going to be frustrating. And you're really going to have to contend with that. They may also have a bad message for you, something that emotionally upsets you, but just be prepared for someone in your work or money life disappointing you. And it's going to be someone perhaps different from this Queen of Swords. The next card is the Hierophant, which is an upright card, and it's a positive card. It is a card of order. So even though this Knight of Cups card does indicate that someone in your work or money life is going to be frustrating, there is going to be someone who lays down the law. There is going to be someone who looks out for you. There is going to be someone who really does what is fair. So while there is some sort of justice, improper justice elsewhere in your spread, you are definitely going to receive justice at work, even if it feels like there's not any hope elsewhere. And perhaps that's the reason why it seems like you're having material growth this month, is because in your material world there is definitely more fairness. There's definitely someone looking out for you, and you may not even like your boss. You may find your boss frustrating, but in this case, in this time, they are not siding with this Knight of Cups person. They are siding with you. They are going to do right by you. The next card is the Magician card, which represents you, and it indicates that you are going to be able to manifest. You are going to be able to make use of your career and your money situation. And this is the start of the major arcana. So you are definitely starting something new. You are turning a new leaf in your career and your money life, but it seems like you are starting out in a good position. The Hierophant, the boss, or whoever is this organizing principle in your work life, is definitely looking out for you, and because of that, you are going to be able to use your environment to your advantage, even if there are some troublesome people around you. And obviously, I do think the tree dryad is just going to be intervening. Now, you may think that the tree dryad is going to be the Hierophant, but I don't think that's the case. I think the Hierophant in this case is going to be someone with authority in your work or money life. So, and if you don't have a boss, if you are someone who works independently, it could be the economy, it could be the law, it could be algorithms, something like that. But you are definitely going to have a positive experience with your career this month, and it's going to help you build wealth. Now, let's get any other messages the universe has for you. And the first card here is the Ace of Cups, starting over emotionally. So you are definitely dealing with some difficult things this month, but by the end of the month, by the end of February, you are going to feel quite positive. You are going to feel like a new person. You are going to feel in control of your emotions. You're going to start something new. You are just going to feel so much better, and that's probably going to improve your whole life. So yes, you are going to be processing negative emotions. Yes, you're going to be healing, but you are going to reach a point by the end of the month where you are going to feel as if you're at a point where you can feel happier, where you are going to feel good. So it's not just things are going to be materially good around you. You are going to start feeling emotionally good too. You are going to feel a little bit more intuitive. You're going to be more more perceptive of the world, just a lot of good things. The next card is the King of Swords reversed. Man, there are just so many court cards in your spread, so many people. So I do think that there is somebody working with the Queen of Swords, somebody who is almost trying to assist her in ruining your life. And this is going to be someone who is powerful, who is going to probably support her in some way. It could be perhaps her partner, it could be a coworker, a friend, it could be like a big force like the economy, but know that although she is the biggest problem, there is somebody hidden behind her that is actually compelling her to act certain ways. And your last card today, it's a very great card. It is the Seven of Wands. This is about being in a high position. This is about being able to defend your position. And this is just really indicating that despite all this struggle that you are going to experience this month, you are definitely going to end this month in a position of advantage, not just materially, but on a spiritual and relationship level. You are going to feel powerful. You are going to feel empowered. You are going to feel backed up spiritually by the universe, but specifically this tree fairy, this tree dryad. And it's going to make you feel as if you can take anything on. So even though the Queen of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the King of Swords, all these negative people in your life are working to hurt you, they aren't actually going to succeed. You, by the end of the month, are going to have the high ground, and you're going to be looking down at them, and you're going to say, you have no power over me. I am higher than you. I am in control. And I really like seeing that because I think you deserve to be in a high position. So I hope that this reading resonated with you, pile 2. If it did, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more. You can look into the description of the video for links to my social, like my blog, or to my Ko-Fi where you can tip if you really appreciated it. Otherwise, be sure to let me know in the comments how this reading resonated with you, what you're looking forward to this month, and if there is anyone in your life who you suspect might be this Queen of Swords, because I think if you start seeing it, you may see how she is starting to work against you. Either way, I can't wait to see you again, pile 2, and I wish you a wonderful and powerful February 2024. Hello, pile 3, my butterfly pile, and welcome to your February 2024 tarot reading. We are going to go ahead and get started by pulling 5 cards from the Mystical Manga Tarot deck to get a general idea about what is coming your way this month. So, universe, what is coming towards pile 3 this month? What does pile 3 need to be aware of? What will be useful for them to know about this month? What needs to be known? All right, your first card is the Six of Swords. So you're going to be returning to something, and I have an intuitive download that this is going to be about a previous thought or idea or decision you made. It's not necessarily going into a life that you had in the past, but really embracing a philosophy or idea that you previously abandoned, because it's either actually very useful or you need to investigate it some more because you think there's going to be something you can learn from that this month. Your next card is the Six of Wands. This is a card of glory, of public recognition, of spiritual recognition. And I think in this case, February is going to be a month of wrestling with your demons, wrestling with your purpose, wrestling with all the important big life questions you have. And obviously, this is going to be a lot of work that you do on the inside. But although you may not make huge progress in life enacting those ideas, you are probably going to work on a big life shift, but you need to wrestle with these ideas first. The next card is the Knight of Swords reversed. This indicates that there is some sort of bad influence in your life or some sort of bad news that this is what you're going to be reacting to. There's going to be something or someone negative and you are just going to have enough. You are going to say, you know what? The life I'm living, there is just something about it that isn't working and I need to make some changes. So you are going to go back to your past. You're going to go back to your past thoughts and you're going to think, okay, what didn't work and what did work? Because I need to really wrestle with those things. And that's what you're going to do. But your goal isn't just to survive this problem. All of these are minor arcana cards. So it's not like it's going to be these huge misfortunes or anything like that. It's really almost like mental warfare for you. But you are working towards feeling good. You are working towards people seeing the real you for how you want to present yourself. The next card is the Ace of Coins reversed. So this is a sign that you aren't going to be manifesting as much this month. Again, so much of what you're doing is on the inside. This is definitely a month of journaling, of meditation. Now, that doesn't mean that there aren't going to be things happening to you. Obviously, you're going to get some sort of news or something's going to happen, or there's going to be a frustrating person. But most of the work that you're going to be doing is internal. So there are a lot of ways that you can do this. Independently, you can read books on certain topics that interest you. You can journal, you can do writing prompts, you can meditate, you can even do art to get in touch with your feelings. If you don't want to do it alone, because you don't have to do it alone, you can talk to someone you trust, you can talk to a therapist or a life coach. You could even probably, actually, you definitely could go to your spirituality and do things like tarot cards or astrology, but definitely all the work you're doing this month is going to be invisible to other people. But even though it's going to be invisible now for like this period of the month, by the end of the month, your spirit guides, the spiritual realm, but also the people in your life are going to see hints of the person you're going to try to become, and they're going to probably congratulate you or say something nice or be really proud of what progress it looks like you're going to be making, because the changes you are going to make, the things that you're going to go back to and analyze, you're not just going to change. You are going to change for the better, and that's going to be a change that is going to be evidenced in the actual world. So the fifth card here is the Knight of Wands. So good news, there is someone in your life who's going to be on your side. Now the Knight of Wands could be a spirit guide or some spiritual energy. It could also be a person, the person who ends up being your cheerleader, who ends up cheering you on, who ends up affirming you. This person wants the best for you. When I am looking at this person's armor right here, it kind of looks like a heart. So this could, for some of you, be a romantic partner or someone who's really close to you. And that is definitely what we want to see for any important relationship, that those people are supporting you. But for many in this spread, you are either meeting someone new who is going to really cheerlead you, you're going to feel really good around them, or someone who is already in your life is going to see you for the person you want to be and the person you are on the inside, the essential you, the higher self that you are striving to be. So what I want to do now is pull some oracle cards. The first 3 oracle cards I'm going to pull is going to be from the Oracle of the Fairies, and I want to see what the earth spirits have to say. Now, the earth spirits in your spread may not be as strong. I am seeing a lot of mental work, a lot of spiritual work, and not so much in the actual world, but let's see what the fairies and the earth spirits around you are going to notice or have to say about this month. So, fairies, what do you want pile 3 to know about February? What do you want pile 3 to know about February? What would you like them to know? All right, your first card is the journey, and man, I am really drawn to that rabbit. But the wisdom message is it's time to prepare for a journey. It may be impromptu or planned. Either way, make sure you're ready when the time comes. Pack your passport now. Now, this could reference a physical journey you go on, but I really think it's going to be primarily a mental journey. And I'm not entirely sure if rabbits are significant to you, but I definitely want you to look up rabbit symbolism, look up rabbit images on Google, and see if anything resonates with you, because there may be a message there. And if you happen to see rabbits in your environment, it could be a message. Now, for someone like me who has rabbits in her backyard and in my neighborhood, if I see a rabbit outside, that's not a message, that's just my normal environment. But if you see a rabbit or rabbit imagery which is unique, there could be a sign there, and I really want you to pay attention to that. The next card is Shine from Within, with the wisdom message of looks are only skin deep. True beauty shines from within, and it's time for you to shine. This is a time for self-acceptance and for revealing your true beauty. So when I see this card, I am really drawn to the idea that what you are tapping into in your past beliefs, your past actions, is perhaps the essential you that has always existed, or that you were born with, your gifts, your beliefs, your higher self, but that self was damaged somehow, perhaps by this Knight of Swords, someone who made you think less of yourself. And because of that, you haven't been able to be fully who you are. And this month is really about getting back in touch with that. And once you identify what those traits are, you are going to be able to really shine that you back out into the world. You are going to have that Six of Wands energy. You are going to be able to be recognized for who you are. Now, everyone is unique, but sometimes we act in ways that conform to our surroundings, and you may be acting in ways that don't feel right to you, and it doesn't make sense why you're acting that way. It's not like when an introvert works in a school, they need to be more outgoing with children. That's not what I'm talking about. I am saying you are acting in a way that is not beneficial to the situation, and it's not beneficial to you. So you need to be more yourself in life. You need to be more who you were meant to be, because if you're not doing that, you are attracting the wrong opportunities to yourself. You're attracting the wrong perceptions for people to have. And the people in your life that love you, they don't really know who you are if you're not reflecting your inner self. So let's get your next card, your next fairy card. And we have the card Celebration, with the wisdom message of get ready to let your hair down and celebrate. It's time to go out to dance and play. An invitation could be on the way. So I'm not seeing any specific fairies working in your life this month, but I am seeing what they believe is going to happen. And they see the potential that when you start acting more like yourself, you are going to attract people who like to be around that person. So this would be like high schoolers who they don't act like how they actually want to be, so they attract the wrong people. They attract people they don't get along with, and that is something you want to avoid. As an adult, you aren't just looking to be around somebody just to be around them. You want to be around people who you really resonate with. And in order to do that, you need to show your true self. Now, obviously, with family, you can't attract different family under normal circumstances. So when you are showing your true self to your family, you are showing them who you are. But when it comes to the relationships you choose, when it comes to romance or friendship, showing your true self lets you find people that you resonate with on an interest level, on a mood level, and that's what you are looking for here. You are looking for invitations from future friends who you are going to really connect with. So now we're going to pull 3 cards from the Universe Has Your Back deck to get any affirmations or important messages of love from the universe that they want you to know. So, universe, what do you want pile 3 to know about February? What do you want pile 3 to know? What needs to be known? Okay, your first card here is I create mindful moments. Keep that word in mind, mindful, because you are having a mindful month. So I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural. So when you are being yourself, when you are being mindfully yourself, you are expressing some deep love from the universe. You are expressing the divine plan from the universe because you were born a certain way. For example, I am a tarot reader. You would expect me to be like really woo woo, really disorganized, really like the stereotype of a spiritual person, but I am a very organized person. I'm very type A, and you are going to have similar things about your personality. You are going to be unique even in your own circumstances, and that is going to be something you need to embrace. And when you embrace that, you are going to attract these miracles in your life. You are going to attract the universe that was always meant to be around you. So the more you are yourself, the more you are your unique self, even if it seems weird for your circumstances, the world is going to be better for you. Your environment is going to be positive. Things are going to manifest for you. And that's partly because you're not resisting who you are. You are going to accept what was always meant to be yours, including the good things. The next card is My Fearless Freedom Lights Up the World. So everyone was given a mission when they were born in this world. Their mission, they probably have multiple missions. They probably have like a big life mission and then a bunch of small missions, but when you are yourself, you are accepting that purpose and you are going to be able to go out into the world and light up the darkness. You are going to be able to expand the universe. You are going to be the sun that everyone is seeking, the light that everyone is seeking. But to do that, you need to get in touch with your thoughts. You need to do that inner work this month because you need to know who you are in order for you to do what you were sent here to do. The next card is the moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. So there is a little bit of chaos within you, and that's normal for everyone. The chaos helps you be a little bit creative, helps you to do new things. It's your free will. But some of the chaos you have is about resisting what you were meant to do, and you're not surrendering to your life purpose. And when I say surrender to your life purpose and doing the work you were meant to do, I am not saying that you need to be the universe's robot. You were given free will for a reason, and you are meant to co-create that life purpose with the universe. You are meant to really do things, like twist things to be a unique expression of you and your experiences. But when you don't surrender to that, when you don't surrender to that life purpose and you completely reject who you are and what you were sent to do, you aren't going to be able to progress in your life. You're not going to be able to do things correctly. You are always going to feel as if everything is hard, and that's going to be very frustrating for you, and you don't have to live that way. So I'm definitely seeing in this spread this month that so much of what you need to do is definitely invisible this month. It's definitely personal, it's definitely introspective, but understand that what you are doing is really getting to the heart of who you are and reuniting with that person, because I promise you that higher self, that person you are meant to be, you are going to like that person, and you are going to like stepping into that identity and living it out in the world. So what I want to do now is broaden this reading a bit because it's on one topic basically, and I want to look at the different areas of your life, such as your spiritual growth, your relationships in general, your career and money, and just any other messages the universe has. That way you have a better perspective about what February has in store for you. So, let's pull some cards. So for your spiritual growth, your spirituality, the first card is the Ace of Cups. So you are really, I'm really drawn to the cup here and the reflection. When you look at yourself, truly look at yourself, and I mean this physically too, by the way, you should really sit in front of a mirror and look at yourself and see yourself for how you really are. If you don't want to see a a reversed image, you can take a picture or take a video and really see what you're doing. You may also find it helpful to do a vlog, like a video diary, where you just take snapshots or videos of your day. You don't have to post it online, but you can see what it's really like to live your life from a more objective perspective, because I do think your perception of self is warped. It's not based on reality. It's not based on your own perception. It's not even based on the universe's perception. It's based on that Knight of Swords perception, and that is harmful. So really look at yourself, really do that as an exercise. And if you don't want to take pictures or videos, you can write what you're doing throughout the day. Maybe every 15-30 minutes, just write down what you're doing, what you're thinking, how you're feeling, and that survey will really help you get in touch with yourself. That way, all your thoughts and actions aren't running together, and you can look at things objectively. The next card is Four of the Four of Wands. So spiritually, yes, you are looking at yourself, you're really seeing yourself, but I do think when it comes to your spiritual growth this month, you are going to be a little bit disappointed. Now, for a lot of people, spirituality isn't all roses. Like when you look into the abyss, sometimes the abyss looks back into you. And I think as you do that introspective work, as you try to use your intuition to perceive your true self, you're probably not going to like everything that you see. Now, you're probably going to like your higher self, but you're probably going to be very frustrated with your current self and very disappointed. But know that this is temporary. This Four of Wands is a temporary expression of your disappointment, because once you know what you don't like, what you know isn't resonating with you, you're going to realize that that is something you can change. The life that you're currently living is optional. You can make changes. Now, the next card, this is a wonderful card. This is the Nine of Cups. This is the wish fulfillment card. So, what I want you to do this month, once you do the inner work at the end of the month, I want you to set an intention or a wish or something you really want to manifest, especially emotionally, not just like, oh, I want to manifest $1,000. I want you to think about what you want to manifest. Maybe you want to manifest charisma or manifest happiness, something like that, some sort of value like that, and really focus on it and really make that an intention you set at the end of the month, because it seems like if you set that intention, you are going to manifest it later. Maybe not this month, some of you will, but I think by the end of the year, you will almost certainly manifest it. So this month, we are in the new moon in Aquarius. We're in Aquarius season. So in about 6 months, you will probably make a lot of progress on whatever you're manifesting. It's going to be the full moon in Aquarius, and you're either going to manifest it completely or you're going to manifest it in such a way that you are very proud by your progress. So definitely pay attention to those dates. I'm going to put them on the screen. That way you can see when the new moon in Aquarius starts in February, and then when the full moon in Aquarius happens later in the year. That way you can write those dates somewhere and just pay attention to them. That way you can look at what progress you make in that time frame. Now we are going to look at your relationships. And the first card here is the Six of Cups reversed. So there's definitely something negative. You are going to look into your past and you are going to recognize that somebody hurt you. It may be that Knight of Swords from earlier. It could be someone that you're no longer in contact with, but you are going to realize that somebody hurt you in such a way that it warped your personality, it warped your perception of self, and you're probably going to either need to let this person go, spend less time with them, or find a way to not let their perceptions of you rule over your life, because the way your relationships with other people can cause damage even if it happened 20 years ago. And if you don't learn how to process through that, you are going to really struggle. So definitely review your past relationships and ask yourself, who are you going to not let control you anymore? The next card is the Lovers card. So since this is upright, it is a positive reflection of the Love card. And this could be a sign that you are getting closer to somebody romantically, that you are meeting someone. It could be a sign that you are pairing with somebody, you are tempted by somebody. It could be a really positive energy. And I think that's probably coming from the fact that you are letting negative things go. You're having more positive feelings about yourself once you do that work. And so you're going to feel more confident in your existing relationships or in pursuing new relationships. The next card is the Five of Swords reversed. So this is a sign that you are going to feel like you're at a loss. So even though there's going to be some success with your romance this month, I do think you are going to feel the loss of some sort of relationship. Now, this could be your memory of a person that you're no longer connected to, but that is going to be sad. And I think as part of your introspection this month, you need to recognize that letting this person go is good for you. It's going to help you heal. You're going to be able to move on. So sometimes relationships end and it's sad, but sometimes when relationships end and you let go of that tie, it's actually liberating. And in your case, it's going to be liberating, and it's going to help you to create relationships in the future that are much more positive. So let's get to your career cards. So we have the Tower reverse. So when it comes to your career or money, this is a sign that you are going to avoid disaster. And this could be an indication that there was a potential that things could go very, very wrong, or that recently something did go very wrong, but there is going to be some sort of divine intervention on your part. There's going to be some sort of fix-it situation. Now, for some of you, this could represent a divine intervention that you reject. Sometimes the Tower reverse can mean that, but as long as you're doing your introspective work this month, this inner work, you are going to feel as if you are partnering with the universe instead of working against the universe. So be aware of that, because you have the potential to really turn things around in your career or improve things in ways that you probably could have never expected. The next card is the Ten of Wands. So this could reference that there is some sort of negativity on the horizon and the universe is going to stop that. But this could also be the universe telling you, hey, you need to take on more responsibilities when it comes to your career and money. You need to step up. And if you step up, you're going to be able to improve your material circumstances. The next card is the Judgment card. So really powerful cards in your career this month. So it seems like a lot of February for you is about a lot of inner work, but there's going to be quite a bit of movement and shaking in your career and money life in your favor. But the Judgment card is definitely calling you to attention. It's going to be a favorable judgment. The universe is on your side. They're going to help you in some way. They're going to create like a new earth for you in a sense. But with that new earth, you are going to have a new mission. You are going to have to really take on the responsibilities that they give you. You are probably going to get new opportunities or something new in your career, or you're going to be called to accept something that you previously rejected. But either way, whatever you are called to do this month, really pay attention to it, really step into that responsibility because it's very important. These two major arcana cards are very, very powerful, and it indicates that there's just so much happening in your career, and if you miss this opportunity, you are going to regret it. So be responsible with your money and your career this month, and you will be rewarded later on. Perhaps even this month, you may get some sort of material reward. Now, the last thing we're going to do is see what else the universe has to say that they didn't previously mention, or maybe they want to echo for emphasis. So the first card here is the Five of Wands reversed. This is about less competitive energy, a little bit less inspiration. So what I am seeing here with this card is that things are going to feel a little bit easier, even though there's a lot of moving and shaking in your career. So it's probably not referring to your career, but in your general life, in order for you to do your inner work, you are going to feel as if less is going on, that things are a little bit boring, but that boring atmosphere is actually going to give you the time and space to heal, but also to process your thoughts and make decisions. So even though it's going to seem like there's a little bit of boring energy in your everyday life, you can use that to your advantage. You're going to be able to do the inner work that you wouldn't be able to do in a normal month because you'd be so busy. And also, because there's less passion here, you are going to be more rational. Yes, you are going to be using your intuition when you do your inner work, but you aren't just going to be ruled by your impulses. You are going to think logically about who you are. You are going to see yourself and your higher self objectively, and you are going to be able to embrace the truth. The next card is the Hermit, which is a card of study, a card of reflection, a card of introspection, a card of going into the mountains figuratively and having an enlightenment. And so I definitely think that this month is just overall about growing intellectually, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. And then once you do that work, you are going to come down from the mountain as the Hermit, and you are going to light the way for yourself, but also for anyone else in your life. You are going to really learn a lot about yourself and the universe over this month. It's going to be very, very helpful. But also with this Hermit card, be aware that this month, especially with the Five of Wands reversed, is going to feel a little bit more simplistic. It's going to feel a little bit more aesthetic. Aesthetic as in, when monks live out in the wilderness and they don't have a bunch of things. So maybe don't spend a lot of money this month. Maybe live slower, live more purposefully, and that'll help you really be able to contemplate what you need to contemplate. So the last card today is a wonderful card. It is the Sun card. It is a card of happiness, of joy. It is a card of things going right, of things being lit up. And I do think that even though you're probably going to feel like you're starting off the month in a bad spot, by the end, you are going to feel as if your path going forward is lit up. You're going to know what you need to do, and you're going to be very, very happy. This is your higher self telling you what needs to get done. And with the Sun, we see a boy and a girl here, and it's kind of unusual for the Sun to have more than just one child. And I think it's going to be a reflection of the Lover's card. You are going to be in a situation to where, because you are who you were truly meant to be, you are going to be able to find your other half, or really understand your other half and soulmates, basically all of that. And because you know who you are, you're going to be able to really feel your romantic relationships in the way you were meant to feel them. Anyway, pile three, this is a pretty good spread. It seems like you're not going to feel like much is happening outside of your career, but if you do that introspective work, by the end of the month, you are going to step into a new chapter of your life. You are going to feel like a brand new person, or rather, the person you were always meant to be, the beautiful you. You are going to shine that out in the world because, man, there's a lot of sun energy here. But anyway, pile three, let me know if this reading was helpful for you. You can like this video or subscribe for more. You can also look in the description of the video for links to my socials like my blog or to my Ko-Fi to tip if you really appreciated this reading. Otherwise, please let me know in this comment how this reading resonated with you and what you're looking forward to over the next month the most. And I am wishing you the best. I think you are going to have a wonderful February, and I can't wait to see you again. Hello, pile four, my cottage pile. Welcome to your reading. To go ahead and get started with your February 2024 prediction, we are going to pull 5 cards from the Mystical Manga Tarot deck just to get a general idea of what to expect. So, universe, what does pile 4 have to expect over this month? What does pile 4 need to know and would be helpful for them to know? What would you like them to know? What do you want them to know? Okay, your first card here today is the Seven of Pentacles. This is a card of investment, of starting perhaps multiple projects to see what will take shape. But obviously with this card, what you start may not be something you can harvest this month. So you need to be patient. You need to trust the process, because if you do, there's a good chance that at least one of the things you start is going to really grow into something wonderful. But there is the potential that not everything will work out. So make sure you're doing your research, you're doing all the prep work you need to do, you're doing everything you need to do in order to give it the best chance possible. Don't do anything halfway. Yes, you can take on multiple projects, but 3 projects is easier to handle than say 10 projects. So make sure you're focusing and prioritizing and only taking on as much as you can handle. But it's good to diversify. That's okay. The next card is the Eight of Pentacles. This is a card of hard work, of perfectionism, of really applying your skill. And seeing this card right next to the Seven of Pentacles, this is definitely a month of hard work for you. This is definitely a month of perhaps material abundance or working on material abundance. And you are probably going to see this most activated when it comes to your career, when it comes to money, projects, hobbies, and less so your relationships or your spirituality, unless those things are tied to something physical. Like if you are working on your kids, that would show up here, but it wouldn't really show up on your friendships, for example. So let's get your next card. The Ace of Coins reversed. So this is an indication that you shouldn't actually start new projects. Yes, you need to be investing in multiple projects, but I think especially with the Eight of Coins card, this is a sign that you need to be working on something that is in progress or something that you started in the past that you put a pause on. So yes, you should be working on multiple things, and yes, you need to be having these projects, but don't start something completely new. Finish or work on finishing something that you've already started. And you'll probably have the most success if you do that. So really, really strong earth energy here. The next card is the Fool card. This is, because it's upright, it's a positive card. It is a sign of throwing yourself into something enthusiastically. Things may not go perfectly well, but since it's upright, there's a good chance. And again, this is about throwing yourself into things that you've already started before, perhaps restarting something that you previously let go, and being optimistic. So if there is something that you stopped, you lost faith in, you need to start it again, because there is a good chance that you may have changed since you let it go, and you're going to be able to pursue it with a new perspective that will be really, really helpful. And there is a card, this is a risky card, right? This is a card where things don't always go well. You also need to be willing to accept that some of the hard work you put into these projects, there's a good chance that one of them isn't going to work out. So you need to make peace with that. But if you're working hard, if you are putting in real effort, at least one of these things is going to work out for you. And hopefully all. And then the next card is the Wheel of Fortune reverse. So I am definitely getting the sense that you aren't manifesting anything this month. This is just a month of hard work, and this isn't going to be a good month to manifest something. So whatever project you start, don't assume that you are going to be able to finish it this month, that you are going to be able to manifest it this month. So instead of making it a short-term project, make it at least 2 or 3 months long. That way you can escape the energy of the Wheel of Fortune reversed, and you can embrace this work energy. And that may be because if you try to do things too quickly, none of the things that you try to work on isn't going to work, because you aren't going to apply your skill effectively. You are just going to do things haphazardly, half-heartedly, and it's going to be a mess. So make sure that you are putting in the effort. And I do think with the Fool here, this is a bit of an amateur energy, or someone who doesn't have full skills yet. And there is some optimism, there is this ability to work hard, but you may need to really review things, really learn to grow as a person through working through these things. You are probably going to learn how to do things better throughout this month, and you're probably going to be able to revisit your projects in March and April and really finish them on a high note. But don't be impulsive. Don't try to manifest things this month like you try to get the outcome this month, because it's probably not going to work out for you. But the Wheel of Fortune reversed is a temporary card. It is going to cycle back upright when it is time, and it's going to cycle back upright after you put the work in. So what I want to do now is pull some oracle cards from the Oracle of the Fairies, which is earth spirits, and there is a lot of earth energy in your spread. So there's a good chance the earth fairies are going to be very much at work in your life. So let's see what they are going to notice about this month, or what they're going to do for you this month. Fairies, what do you want pile 4 to know about February 2024? What do you need them to know? What would be helpful for them to know? What are you up to? What needs to be known? All right, your first card from the fairies is fairy spotting. So it's time to go fairy spotting. It's said that seeing is believing, but in fact the opposite is true. Believing is seeing. So there is going to be fairies in your life. They are going to be doing work, doing things. There may be some mischievous fairies who are perhaps not letting you manifest things, but there are definitely fairies that are helping you work hard. And if you pay attention in your life, especially when it comes to your career, your money, your hobbies, you're probably going to see them. And it may even help you to have some good luck charms. Maybe you can create like a little house for the fairies to live in, either on your desk or in your backyard. If you work from home, you can have like a good luck charm, anything like that. That would be good. You can invite the good fairies into your life. The next card is the Lost and Found card, which is what was once lost is about to be found thanks to the Lost and Found fairy. Sometimes she can help us find things we never even realized were lost. So this is definitely referring to projects that you previously abandoned, that you let go of. You need to revisit them. Perhaps whatever fairy is in your life is going to remind you of the things you need to restart, and you should really pay attention to that, because what you previously let go, there's a very good chance that it could succeed, but also you probably made progress on it. You probably have some level of skill. This would be like somebody who gave up art, but then this month they decide to do some drawings to see if they would be interested in selling commissions online in the future. That's the kind of energy I'm seeing here. So it is okay to pick up hobbies and interests and do projects that you previously abandoned to see if you have changed as a person and that resonates again. The third card is the protection card, which I am certain you like seeing considering the Wheel of Fortune reversed is over there. But this has the wisdom message of the fairies of protection are shielding you with a magical fairy ring of love and light. Practice psychic protection before embarking upon any spiritual work. Now, in your spread this month, I'm definitely seeing a lot of materialism and not so much spirituality, which is fine, but I do think you would be it would help you to do something spiritual, even if it's just law of attraction that's probably going to be attractive to you this month, or meditation. But make sure to maybe do a little prayer or a little blessing over yourself, or have like a lucky crystal that you hold in your hand when you're doing these spiritual things, because I do think there is some unproductive or lack of manifestation energy in your life. There is something that's blocking fulfillment of things. So if you were to do spirituality, it is possible that you are going to feel that block and then feel very frustrated. So if you do that protection ritual, spell, or good luck charm, it'll help you break through that wheel, help you break the wheel and take control. So what I want to do now is pull 3 cards from The Universe Has Your Back to get some affirmations or loving messages from the universe that you need to know this month. So universe, what do you want pile 4 to know this month about their life? What messages do you have for them? What needs to be known? What would you like them to know? Okay, your first card is I am the loving energy of the universe. So as I am looking at your spread, I am thinking, wow, things are happening a little bit slowly for you. And sometimes the universe works that way too. There is a unique time scale to everything. The universe's plans are mysterious to us sometimes. The universe has its own timing, and your projects have their own timing. You may be trying to create an artificial timing for them. You may be trying to change the way that things should progress, but you need to recognize that you yourself are your own timing. You live in this universe at a specific time and place. This incarnation of your life was meant to happen at this time. So understand that everything that is happening for a reason, either because it was predestined or because you are living out your own creative energy, your own free will. And once you recognize that, you are going to be able to work with that predestined energy, but also use your own free will energy to create new things, because there's definitely some creative energy in your spread, and you are definitely working to make things happen. The next card is I find a deeper meaning in personal growth amid the discomfort. So apparently there has been some scientific research showing that people who do something hard every day live longer, they're more satisfied with their life. It's a bit like somebody who exercises instead of just sitting on the couch all day. Although this isn't just with exercise, this is with life in general. So if you do something hard, a little bit hard every day, nothing too overwhelming, but a challenge, you are going to really improve your life, but you're going to improve your life on a spiritual level. So there is some resistance in the universe, and you need to get past that resistance. This resistance partly comes from your own free will. It comes from the own free will of others, and sometimes that creates really beautiful things, but sometimes it creates a lot of frustration, and you're going to find meaning in that frustration. You are going to see possibility. You are going to enter that chaos and make something that didn't exist before. So, yes, there is some struggle, and there's going to be a little bit of struggle this month. You're going to be working hard, and obviously that's not fun 100% of the time. But in your work, you are going to find purpose. Now, if you know your life purpose already, you are going to feel really aligned with that in your work. But if you don't know what your life purpose is this month, you are probably going to get a lot closer to that meaning because you are going to become what you are. So really put a lot of effort in your work, put a lot of good intentions, and you are going to find who you are and who you were meant to be. Your third card is when I lean toward love, I am led. So I want you to focus not on fear, not on anger, not on frustration, but on love, on feeling connected with something. And specifically the universe, but perhaps your fairies that are at work too. And the reason why is if you lean towards love, you are going to be very receptive. You are going to be able to receive. And while you want to lead sometimes, and you should lead sometimes the universe is going to defer to your decisions when it comes to life. But the universe does have some pretty good ideas. And if you lean towards love in your life, you are going to be able to receive that. It's not going to be all on you. And so, ways you can lean into love is to obviously trust the universe. But when it comes to yourself, when it comes to your relationships, leaning into positivity, leaning into affection is going to change things for you. It is going to let you lean in towards positivity that already exists because we definitely want to inflate that positivity. We want to make more of it. And what already exists that's good, let's have more of it. And I think you can be part of that. So now what we're going to do is pull some cards for the different areas of your life. That way we can have a bit of a broader reading on your spirituality. There's a lot of spirituality in your spread, a little bit along with materialism, but also we want to know more about your relationships. We want to know a little bit more about your career if possible, and just any other messages the universe has for you. So let's find out what is going on in your spirituality. We have the Three of Coins reversed. This is about not really working for a higher cause. So I do think you aren't as connected to the spiritual realm as you could be, and that's not meaning that you have to perhaps change whatever projects you're thinking of doing to something else. But I think if you connect spiritually, if you use that protection to connect spiritually, you are going to feel more connected to the universe, and you are going to be able to give deeper meaning, because I am certain we have all done a project that maybe even it meant something to other people, but it didn't mean something to us. And so we weren't connected with it, and we couldn't do it as well as we would have liked. So if you connect with spirituality, you are going to be able to find that meaning within yourself when you are doing your work this month. The next card is the Emperor. So there is definitely a really positive, like God energy in your spread when it comes to your spirituality. You can interpret this to be the universe, the source, God, some sort of deity, but they are definitely working towards your advantage. Now, this is not going to be the fairy that's at work in your life. This is something much higher. And whatever this is, this Emperor energy, this masculine energy of organization and control, it's very powerful and it's very positive and it is on your side. It is going to help you. So really be receptive to that energy, which again works towards this when I lean toward love, I am led card. Receptive energy is generally considered feminine or introverted, and masculine energy, this Emperor energy, is considered extroverted, organizing, um, and giving. So you definitely want to be receptive to that masculine energy this month when it comes to spirituality. Because if you are trying to be the emperor yourself all the time, and you're definitely doing that in your career, but in your general life and your spirituality, you aren't being in a situation where you can receive, you're only being in a situation where you can give. So I want you in your spirituality this month to be in a receptive energy because you are probably going to receive something, probably protection. The next card is the Ace of Swords reverse. So don't make any big new decisions when it comes to your spirituality, make any big new changes. This goes along with your career and money where you are just progressing on your current projects. Don't make any radical changes. Yes, get closer to your spirituality, but don't try to reinvent the wheel because the wheel is definitely not on your side this month. Just try to coexist with that masculine energy and be receptive. So now we are going to look at your relationships. And your first card is the World, and it is upright. And this is a sign that in your environment, there's going to be a lot of positivity when it comes to your relationships. There's going to be a sense of fulfillment or completion. You are probably going to have some enjoyable experiences, and I really want you to be there for them. So if somebody invites you to go do something, go ahead and spend time with them. Yes, you are probably really focused on work, but it is okay to take a few hours off or take a day off and just go enjoy yourself. It'll probably really help you to relax too. The next relationship card is the Knight of Coins reversed. This is a sign that somebody in your work or when it comes to your money or hobbies is going to be a bit of a is going to sabotage you a little bit. So you need to be aware of this person. This person may not be evil, they just may be a little bit of a doofus when it comes to work, but you need to be aware that they may try to sabotage you. And this may be why the Wheel of Fortune reverse is showing up in your spread. There is somebody who is going to step in and try to block you, and you need to be aware of that. The next card is the Ten of Pentacles reverse. So this could be a sign that you're going to have a little bit of struggle with your family. Perhaps the Knight of Coins is a family member who is really frustrating you, who isn't understanding that you need to do things. And it's going to make it really difficult for you to feel connected to your family, for you to provide for your family, all those sort of things. But this could also be a sign that the reason why you can't manifest this month is because of this person who is stepping in your way and being an obstacle. So even though the world is generally positive and you're going to have mostly positive relationships this month, there is just that person who is getting in the way, and you're going to need to be patient because it's not going to last and learn to deal with them. So let's look at your career. See if there's anything else in your career we need to be aware of. The first card is the Two of Cups, which is the Two of Cups reverse, which is about a bad business partner or a bad coworker, somebody who is making you feel bad. So there's definitely somebody in your life this month who is sabotaging your work efforts. So if you can, what I would recommend is to do less work with your coworkers. Do things more independently if you can. If you are planning to spend money with a family member or go shopping, maybe now's not the month to do it. Things like that. Anything dealing with your money or your career, there is going to be someone who isn't going to agree with you, and it's going to drive you crazy. Now, they may agree with you in the future, but this month they're definitely not agreeing with you. The next card is the Six of Coins. This is a card of charity, of giving. It is a sign that you are going to be receiving. So even though there is frustration this month with your career, there's a lot of hard work, but not much luck, there is this sign that this emperor, this spiritual protector, whoever this person is, or this spirit is, because it's probably some godly force, they are working to give you something. But I do think with this receptive energy, you're going to have abundance, or it's going to seem like you're going to have future abundance. And maybe this Knight of Coins, who is causing problems with you at work, is going to try to ride your coattails. They're going to say, hey, can I have that? One of the problems that poor people often have, and if you've ever been poor, or you have family that's like this, when somebody in their life succeeds, someone in their family succeeds, they expect to be paid by that person. And this is often true with celebrities too. They become a successful musician or actor, and then everyone in their family expects to get good fortune handed to them. Either expect to get paid from that actor or musician's work, or expect to be given opportunities through nepotism. And I think that's a possibility this month. Somebody is going to perhaps use nepotism or their connections to you to get an unfair advantage, and you're going to feel pressured. And maybe it could even be something like you have an opportunity and it'll help you manifest something, but this person comes in and they're like, hey, I want that and you should give that to me, and you're going to feel pressured to give that to them. I don't think you should give that to them. I don't think they would return the favor. The next card in your career is the Hermit reversed, about coming out of your shell. And I actually think that's a bad thing. I think you need to spend more time with yourself. You need to reject the temptation or the pressure to come out of your shell, because in order for you to do the work that you need to get done, you need to be focused. You need to not be distracted. It's okay to go out and have fun, like a few hours or like a few days a month, but you need to still be doing the work. And there's someone that's going to try to distract you, and you need to reject them. So let's see what other messages the universe has for you that wasn't previously covered, or if they want to echo anything. So the card here is the King of Coins. So there is definitely someone in your life who is trying to take something from you, your career, your money. They're trying to make things worse for you. And I think this is a sign that whoever this Knight of Coins is, whoever this person is trying to take things from you, trying to block you, there is actually someone or something behind them. They are motivated to block you for their own reasons. Maybe they're scared. Maybe they're afraid of the economy. Maybe you have a boss that is siding with this person and you're frustrated because you feel like the boss isn't understanding you. And this is one of the reasons why I think you need to disconnect, because if you are out from their direct influence, from their attempts to affect you emotionally, you're going to be able to focus on your projects instead. The next card is the Four of Wands reversed. This is a sign that there's probably not going to be a big celebration this month. Now, this could be because you're just working hard. And I would definitely recommend that if you have the opportunity to go to a party, don't reject it. Yes, it is good to work hard, but I think that you're going to need that positivity in your life. So if you are offered the chance to go party or to go relax, don't let it go. It may only be one or two offers this month. You may reject it the first time and it not happen the second time. So accept it when it comes into your life. And your last card today is the Seven of Cups. This is a card of options, of opportunities, but not all opportunities being good. This is a sign that you're going to be a little confused about what to do. And I think you need to focus on your priorities. You need to have a list of values, hierarchies of values and priorities you're trying to work on this month. Maybe you can't manifest something to completion, but let's say an example to show you what I mean. Let's say there is somebody in this pile who is trying to write a book, and they know they're not going to be able to finish the book this month because they have a lot to write, but they want to make sure that they write at least 10 chapters, enough to make a lot of progress on the book. And then they get these opportunities. Maybe in the second week of February, they get an opportunity to spend a day out at the mall shopping with their friends or something like that. Obviously, you wouldn't want to spend a lot of money, but you get what I mean. They get an opportunity to go somewhere, so they go because they want to have fun. But then they keep getting offers, and this could be a sign that you need to, yes, take offers of celebration when they come, but don't take all of the offers. Don't take all of the opportunities that come your way. Focus on what needs to get done, because that hypothetical writer needs to get those 10 chapters written. So make sure that you understand what your values are this month, what projects you're working on, and that you have a realistic goal that you are trying to accomplish. That way, you know when you can let in fun opportunities and when you need to reject them because somebody is trying to sabotage you. Maybe that hypothetical writer has a jealous friend who doesn't want to see them finish the book, so they keep inviting them out to make sure that they don't finish that book and become a successful writer. Something insane like that, but definitely focus. That way you can make progress, but enjoy fun times when they do happen within moderation. Anyway, pile 4, you have a pretty exciting spread. I'm not seeing anything manifesting this month, which may be a bit disappointing to you, but I am seeing that you are going to get a lot of progress done on your projects and you're going to be very fulfilled by that, and it's going to be very exciting for you. So definitely put the work in because you are going to be rewarded later on this year. If this reading helps you at all, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more. You can also look at the description of this video for links to my socials like my blog or to my Ko-Fi to tip if you really appreciated the reading. Otherwise, in the comments, let me know if this reading resonated with you and what sort of project you are going to be working on. I would love to know. Otherwise, pile 4, I can't wait to see you again, and I wish you good luck in February.